welcome back to our channel. Here we have another video with a new interesting topic called as the Pong game. So let's build a simple Pong game in Scratch. So let's first select the sprites and the background for the Pong game. So first I'm going to select the ball. Yeah, this is the ball that will rotate on the screen for the Pong game. And then let's create another sprite just with same color. Let me draw the paddle. So for example, this is the paddle that will rotate or will move according to the mouse movement. And let us select the backdrop for this. So I'm going to the backdrop and probably let's choose a backdrop as choose this neon tunnel. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going into the backdrops, and to this neon tunnel I'm again going to add another color, for example a red color. So don't forget these numbers. So I'm selecting color as 0, saturation 100 and brightness 100. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a small line at this end. You can make it of any color, no matter. Just don't forget to fill this backdrop also with the same color outline, I mean. Okay, yes. So now let's go back to the code section. So yeah, so this is the ball that should move randomly across the screen, and this paddle should move as per the mouse movement. So this is our target to be done. And this ball, if it touches this red line, the point should be loosed. So first let's code the paddle. So let's code the paddle to move as per the mouse movement. We'll rename the paddle as paddle, and this is the ball. Okay, perfect. So for the paddle, let the paddle, whenever the green flag is clicked, be at the center position. So whenever the green flag is clicked, let the paddle be at x minus 9 and y minus 87. So I'm just going to drag whenever the green flag is clicked, move the motion and dragging this block. So whenever the green flag is clicked, the paddle will be at the center position. Now the paddle needs to be rotated, or we can say needs to be moved with respect to the mouse. So it should move as per the mouse axis, so as per the mouse coordinates. So but as you can see, that mouse movement is just the X movement that we are going to do. So the paddle should move as per the X movement of the mouse. So I'm going to go to the motion, and from here I'm going to drag set X to go to the motion. Oh, sorry, sensing, and here I go. It's the mouse X. Set X to mouse X. So this should be done forever whenever the green flag is clicked. See here now, whenever the green flag is clicked, as I'm moving the mouse, the paddle is moving with respect to X and Y. Just one more thing we can add. We can skip that also, but it will be helpful for us if we add that. Just in case the paddle touches the edge, it should bounce back. It should not go beyond this. So for that, again, I'm going to do the motion and dragging the block if on edge bounce, and I'm just going to attach forever to it and select when flag clicked. So again, as you can see, it's not going beyond this edge, so it will be just remaining on this edge. Okay, so now let us code the ball to move it like as such. If it touches this edge, if it touches this edge, and if it touches this edge, it should just bounce back, and it should like move in this direction whenever it's in the screen. So for that, I'm just going to drag when green flag clicked, and I'm going to drag in motion, point and direction. So it's just like, if you can see, for the ball you may not see the motion of, as you can see that the ball, whenever like it is touching any of the edge, it should just move to any other location. It should point to other different direction. So initially we'll make the ball to point in, for example, we can take any direction. So if, for example, if I'm taking minus 75, and I'm just going to wait for example, wait for just like 0.5 seconds, and then again point in same direction. So I can show you how this would look. So suppose if I just click, so just if you can see when I click this blocks, you can see the effect how the ball looks. So it just looks like it has been turned. So this action should be occurred whenever it touches the edges or when it bounces back. So no matter whatever angle we take in here, just remember that two angles are just to make it look like it's moving. Now we will just add another few blocks. So I'm just dragging out the move. So instead of 10, let me write 15. So after this, I'm just going to drag if on edge, bounce. So see, this will just make the ball move in the direction, and if on edge, it will bounce back. So this should be done forever. So I'm just going to drag control and forever, right? I'm going to place it here, and all of this movement I'm going to repeat, for example, 10 times. So see if you can see this. Now the ball is just touching the edge and repeating its movement whenever it touches the edge. It looks like it's rotating and moving around the screen. Let me just connect the bump block to this. So I'm doing the events, dragging whenever the green flag is clicked. Alright, so now we'll code the remaining part, that is when the ball touches this paddle, what it should do, and when the ball touches this red line, what it should do. For that, first I'm going to the variables, and I'm going to select or make two variables, one called as score for the sprite only, and yeah, we can select the sprite only. If we select this sprite, then obviously that will be the name of the sprite will be denoted here, so the ball will be represented here. Okay, so for example, if I say life, and if it's for all sprite, obviously the name of this sprite won't be there, so we don't want the life for all of these sprites, so we can just make life for the single sprite. Okay, so now these two variables have been created. Let us set those variables. So I'm going to drag a set block, set life, as well as set the score. Set the score to 0, and for example set the life to 5. This is to be set whenever the green flag is clicked. So as you can see, so whenever the green flag is clicked, life is set to 5. Now what our code is for is whenever the ball touches this red line, this life should be decreased by -1. So I am going into the sensing, and I'm dragging this color, and as you remember that the red line color was, so if you can go into the backdrops and this one, so this value you should remember, so this is 0, 100, 100. So I'm going back into the code for the paddle, so for the ball, and here I'm going to select the color as 0, 100, 100. Okay, so whenever the green flag is clicked, if the ball is touching the red color, its life should be changed by -1, and this should be checked forever. Okay, not only just this, if your life, for example, if I'm taking this, the life is less than 0, so I'm going to variables and dragging out the life. So if the life is less than 0, or we can also select equal to 0, all the game should stop. Just stop all. So if you want to check this, just connecting the green flag, and now see. So if it was continuously touching the red line, so it directly changed the life to -1 and then 0. Let me place the ball here and now check. So whenever the ball touches the red line, so once it touches the red line, it's just going to the -1 because it's constantly on the red line. So after it touches the red line, it should go to some position away from the red line. So let me make it for example in the center position, this one. Okay, so what are the position? X6 and Y22. So I'm going to drag go to, so whenever it touches the red line, it will go to this position. So now see. Yeah, see. So it just goes to this position and then starts again. Okay, we can also keep it on the position, for example this. So whenever it touches the red line, let us start from this position. So what is this position? X -4 and Y 158. So let me make -4 and 158. Touches the red line, it goes up. Touches the red line, it goes up. And so on. It repeats till it goes to -1. Okay. So now let's rearrange this just to look at me clear. So I'm just putting up this, but don't need this. So first we are just setting this life and the score, then touching the color and the movement of the ball. So now write the code when the ball touches the paddle. So I'm going to control, dragging an if, going into sensing and dragging touching mouse pointer. Instead of mouse pointer, I will just select paddle. So whenever it is touching the paddle, let us change the score by 1. So instead of life, I'm going to select the score. So whenever it touches the paddle, let us increase the score by 1. So this should be controlled or checked forever. And to this, I'm going to connect the green flag. Okay, so just see now. So if it is touching the ball, yeah, it is changing the score. But the thing is, it's changing the score, but it's constantly changing the score because the ball after touching the pedal should go to another location as we did it for the the red line. Okay, and it should bounce back. So we need to go with that. So the ball, whenever it touches the pedal, should bounce back. So for bouncing, we can use the same code, just we need to make sure that we can also keep the same angle, so we can just change this angle. So again, I'm going to sensing, I'm going to drag touching paddle, and I'm going to control, I'm going to drag if touching paddle. So whenever it is touching the paddle, let's go to the motion, change the point direction into 0, for example. And let's wait for some time, maybe 0.5 seconds, and again pointing direction, some other angle, so it can be anything. So probably just make it -60, for example. Again, this should be checked forever, and whenever the green flag is clicked. Maybe now. Yeah. Now it looks like it's bouncing back, but it's bouncing in like -60. We can just make it a different angle. So for example, let's make it minus 45. So if it's minus 45, it will go in this direction. Yeah. That's it. So your score is increasing, and if it's touching the red line, the ball is also bouncing back and the life is decreased. So the Pong game was so simple to code. So your paddle is moving as per the x-axis and the ball is moving whenever it touches the paddle. Do try this code and leave a comment after trying it. If you liked the video, do hit the like button and share with someone who might find it useful. See you all in the next video. Till then, bye.